All right. So as everybody knows, there have been protests all over the country for the past week, and some of them have turned violent in some areas. There have been some beautiful moments between protesters and police. Last night, there was a major protest in the city of Poughkeepsie, and on the phone, we've got the mayor of Poughkeepsie, Rob Rollison, joining us. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Boris, and good morning, Robin.
We're glad to talk to you this morning, and tell us, how did things go last night?
Things went really well last night. You had there were several thousand people. I don't know what the exact number was, but it was in the thousands. And considering the climate in which we're all living in now, starting with COVID-19 and then the incident in Minneapolis, what's happened across this country, and then for thousands and thousands of people to come together, pretty much spontaneously over like a 72-hour period when this first was put out on social media, and to get through that with really very, very little problems, and get everyone safely home. It took a little while. It went longer than we. I wouldn't say longer than we expected, but longer than what was advertised. Right? It was a rally from 4 to 8, and we and the law enforcement and public safety personnel really didn't start to fully pull away from that general location where we still had some folks until 10:30, and I'm sure that I left right around 11, and there were still police officers just making sure everybody was safe.
Yeah. Now there were a lot of rumors circulating around on Facebook last night. People were saying that windows were being broken. There was a report that people were delivering pallets of bricks around town for people to throw. They were saying that there was violence. Most of these rumors, these were all false, right? None of these things really happened.
No, but I have to tell you that I obviously was involved in obviously a lot of the planning of this, but those rumors were starting yesterday morning, and they went throughout the day.
It's almost as if people wanted this to end badly.
And it's interesting because there are some of these. The rumors about storing pallets and bricks at different locations. Apparently, that does happen, right? I mean, those are factual tactics that are used by people who don't want protests and rallies to go peacefully, and for people to express what they want to feel. And we knew that, right? We heard that. I mean, the terms, Antifa, white supremacists, and then we were getting calls, and we were responding to this. And at about 12:15, I got a phone call and a video of 3 pallets of like paving stones dropped off in front of the county office building, and obviously we were immediately concerned. Police and our Department of Public Works responded, but as it turns out, those were 3 pallets that were actually being delivered to the county because they're doing paving work.
Oh, okay.
Doing construction.
I saw the pictures, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and so that obviously that was a legitimate construction project. And then I got a text message later in the afternoon from a good friend that she had gotten calls from someone in the town of Poughkeepsie and said that pallets were being delivered to 2 locations in the town, and town of Poughkeepsie PD responded and unfounded. There was so much of that rumor and third-party information that was out there that was certainly cause for concern. But as it turns out, none of that was confirmed to have ever taken place. Every report that we had was unfounded. I can also say, and whether that changes this morning, and I don't think it's going to change, and if it changes, it's a small change, we have no reports of damage. There was one a call that came in when things started to get not confined to that Columbus Drive and arterial area, when hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ralliers left that area and started to march around the city, which was a pretty big concern for us, because we just wanted to make sure that we could make sure that they were safe, that there was a report of some brick or rock throwing that damaged windows at a business on the 200 block Main Street. That wasn't the case either.
Yeah, I mean, it was. There are big events in Poughkeepsie, like the fireworks or big concerts. It was, you would say, about the same amount of incidents happened last night that would happen at one of those.
Yeah, because I mean, in my experience from being mayor since 2016 and attending fireworks events, and we had the big rally at the Civic Center for then candidate now President Trump. Everything goes off well. And I want to say this because, I was a town of Poughkeepsie police officer for 26 years. So I've been involved in some of these things, but never on this scale. And the City of Poughkeepsie Police Department, which has done this, is prepared both from an operational standpoint and a coordination standpoint with other agencies, because everything seems to happen within the county seat for a variety of reasons, right? And so that our police department, the City of Poughkeepsie, works in conjunction with all the outside agencies on a variety of different police operations. And last night, I've been trying to do the math in my head. I would say, and I will get this number, and it will be public at some point when we figure it out. There had to be at the peak of this, and really from when we needed additional help till the end, there probably were close to 300 police officers in the city of Poughkeepsie last night.
Yeah, and we have some video footage up at WPDH.com. With all those police, they conducted themselves so professionally.
Did I lose you guys?
And I think everyone was coming at this from the same viewpoint that, hey, we got to get the voices out there. We got to get the word done. We want to do it in a peaceful way and a progressive way. And you spoke eloquently yesterday to those protesters. For people that weren't there, what is your message?
Well, what I said was, and what I say almost at every public event that I go to, I say I welcome people to the city of Poughkeepsie, right? And there's a reason that people were there yesterday afternoon and into the night to express, their frustration, their anger, and that, as I said to them, we got work to do, and that I am not walking in the shoes of an African-American person. And I'm not walking in the shoes of so many people that weren't there, or that were there, yesterday. But the one thing we're all walking in the shoes of being who we are, and working together and having dialogue is how, we solve things, right? We can't not talk to one another. If we don't talk to one another, we don't know what's on each other's minds. We don't know what we can do to be together as a community. And and to also say that I'm as outraged as those actions in Minneapolis as a retired police officer, and the father of a son of a cop. It was very, very heartbreaking to see what happened there. But again, we are a great city, and we work very hard at this, and we cannot let these things destroy the fabric of this community, which is very strong, and it was on display big time yesterday.
Yeah. It was really a moving thing to see, and I know Mark Molinaro was there with you, and he spoke so passionately as well. So where does the city move from here? Because there are a lot of people that were outraged. We had a great event last night. Are there more things planned? Or is there more dialogue with the citizens of Poughkeepsie? Where are we moving next?
Yeah, I mean there is, and there always has been, but so we continue to engage, but I guess it's how do we really re-engage people that we're maybe not having conversations with. Our faith-based community is very, very important to the city, and have the opportunity to be with them, and also having members of the faith-based community involved in the planning aspects of this with the event organizers. Just two individuals, right? Robert Pemberton and Joe Stratford did this on their own with the help of some of their friends. And, we're obviously going to be continuing to talk to Joe and Robert, and I know them both very well, how we can continue the dialogue. But we do I think we do quite a bit, but we're not doing, I guess, quite enough. And how we continue to foster that dialogue. I think one of the things that at least as a priority for me, is that I like talking to people. I try to be everywhere that I can, and it's sometimes difficult, but that's part of it.
You know, Rob, I know last night was the biggest, but I know there were candlelight vigils held in Poughkeepsie and a couple of other light protests, every one of them peaceful. And I'm so proud of Poughkeepsie, and I'm glad you cleared this up, because right now, if I go on Facebook and I see people saying, well, it was peaceful, I still see people commenting, oh no, it wasn't. There was so much destruction. You don't even know. People were setting fires to police cars. So I'm really glad that you were there and you're on with us this morning to clear this up, that it was actually a peaceful and effective demonstration.
Gosh, it was. I had someone text me during the event saying, well, I'm hearing there's tear gas being deployed.
Yeah.
Like, no, there isn't. There's not at all.
Yes, I mean, still this morning we're getting, we posted some video from last night and the accounts, and, we'll add, your comments to that as well. And yeah, people are still writing in. I don't believe it. You're the media. That you're hiding the truth. There was destruction last night, and you're not talking about it.
No. So I say to those folks, go find it and let me know about it. Because I get frustrated by that, because also too, and I don't know if this part came out. We had probably 300 police officers last night, and the restraint and the amount of concern that they showed to keep people safe, and some of them, I will tell you, endured, many of them, and some that endured just, insults from some of these individuals, a small percentage, a sliver that wanted to provoke or incite something. These officers, the men and women of departments from all over the Dutchess County and Ulster County area, did an unbelievably professional job in making sure that did not happen.
Yeah, we said it before, and we can't say it enough. We're so proud of the police in our area. We're so proud of the people who came out and protested. It's a really great feeling here in Poughkeepsie, and hopefully we can be an example for some other communities, throughout the country. Rob, we appreciate your leadership, especially during this time. Thanks for spending some moments with us this morning talking. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.